Yo guys, welcome to a brand new video. Today we're going to go over 10 things that I think that Arena Breakout Infinite should add that can make the game even better than it already is. Starting with number 1, solo ops should be on every single map. So when you actually go into solo ops here, Northridge and TV Station are the only options, and there's 3 other maps. There's no reason that Farm, Armory, Valley shouldn't be on this list. There's literally no reason. Northridge is gigantic, so we know it works on giant maps. TV Station is tiny, so we know it works on tiny maps. There's no reason that every single map shouldn't be in the rotation. No, I think for this to work as well, I think the map should rotate daily. I feel like it should just do this anyway, but if all the maps were in here, you could just rotate it every single day, and that way the solo community is just happier. All right, and number 2, lockdown and forbidden changes. Lockdown recently got a 1 mil cap. It is easily cheesed by putting your backpack in your rig, taking the attachments of your gun and putting in your rig. What I think they should add is a gear cap of tier 5 and an ammo cap of tier 4. That way you're not getting blasted by tier 5 fucking Giga Chad losers in lockdown. Another thing they could do is just not let you have attachments or a backpack in your rig when you go to launch. Another good change to lockdown would be to remove the bots. Nobody likes the bots in lockdown. No one asked for that. They can leave them in normals. Leave bots in normals. Sure, new players go crazy. Now let's move over to some forbidden changes. The main problem with forbidden truly is that you can go in with barely anything on and kill someone who has gear on. I think the minimum needs to be increased. Currently it is 300k, probably needs to get increased like 600, 750. I've heard some people say 1 million. Another thing that both of these difficulties need is a loot buff. Forbidden loot honestly isn't the worst, but some of the safes being Cohen purple on forbidden, that is criminal. I think just safe rooms in general could get a loot buff. All right guys, and number 3 on my list of ideas is going to be a HK nerf or the H416 and just buffing other weapons in general. So the HK has been the dominant weapon basically since the beginning of season 2, maybe even a little bit of season 1, but season 2 and season 3 it has been the king of weapons. And I have some nerfs recommendations, some nerf recommendations. So I think the rate of fire, that's like one of the main reasons it's OP as long as its rate of fire. It's at 900. I think it used to be 800 and they buffed it. I think revert that or just nerf it down. I don't know what it was before. Nerf that down to 850. I think leave the effective range at what it is, because the only way you get to that is spending a lot of money anyway. Because without the extended barrel, the effective range is actually kind of fucking dog shit. Nerf the meta parts, this being the perforated handguard and the extended barrel. Those are the 2 parts on the gun that really make it fucking busted. I don't want to suggest nerfing other parts that you can put on the gun, because then you start affecting other weapons. They definitely need to buff other weapons. The 9x19 weapons like the MPX could definitely get some love. SMGs in general, other than the P90, definitely need some love. Maybe some shotguns. The DMRs are pretty good, obviously, if you run red ammo. The snipers are good for the red ammo. Most of the time, you're only going to see red ammo in those. But like the 9x19 could get a tier 5 round, and then the MPX would definitely go up in popularity. The PP19, which came with season 3, would be more popular. All right, guys, moving on to number 4 is going to be the Workbench and some additional things I think they should add to it and maybe even change about the Workbench. Alright, so everyone knows the Workbench was added in season 3. You can craft ammo here, some armor, some treatment stims, the self-res, the T7 thermals, and most of the time you're probably crafting red ammo. And let's get this out of the way real quick. 30 at a time for M61s, and you can do 3 different slots for that. That's 90. That's 180 per day if you do it every 12 hours, which I don't think people are actually doing that. I think they should add the tier 5 bullets. And when I say that, I'm not saying remove tier 5 ammo from the market like they did a red ammo. The red ammo made sense. Removing it from the market doesn't make sense for the tier 5 bullet. So the tier 4 bullet, you can craft 120 at a time. I would think the tier 5 bullet, you craft 60 at a time at 12 hours per batch. That's 180 at a time, basically. And then you can do 360 per day at 12 hours. I think that's pretty balanced. I mean, the tier 5 bullets, you can already buy it if you want. They also need to add 5.56 A1s to the Workbench. I don't know why they didn't. I feel like it's a very common round people use and they didn't. All right, guys, number 5 of my list of ideas. This one's going to be make the contacts more useful. All right, so we're looking at the contacts. So you got Joel. Let's take a look at what he's got. All right, a bunch of bullshit. Avita, she doesn't talk, which is nice, but she has some useful stuff. She actually does have some good stuff. Like you can get the stim off cooldown here, 3 of them. Some water, sure. Some nades, sure. This is the main thing people are going to go for, obviously. Obviously, Deke is the GOAT. He's what gives you a lot of fucking bullshit, as you can see. Every single helmet, all of the armor trades, all of the rig trades, all of the backpack trades. He is the #1 by a landslide. The main reason I was showing you that is to show you that they have fucking bullshit. Because no one's going to go through these contacts and do trades with them. Because no one even knows half of the trades. People know the useful trade. The only trades anyone ever does in this game, for the most part, is going to be the armors. Like everyone knows the 926 composite trade. That's why solar panels are so expensive. The PT6 heavy used to be a very popular trade. You no longer can trade for that armor, but the point is everyone knew what it was. The current, I think most popular one is probably the SH65 trade, which is just a single skateboard. What I'm suggesting is that when you go to assemble a weapon, configuring your gear, or configuring your items, whenever you're doing this kind of stuff, that when you select an item, let's say I want one of these, and I go to confirm it, it'll tell me, for like this specifically, it'll tell me Avita has it for this price, and it'll give me that instead. Similar to how Tarkov does it. Like when you go to buy stuff in Tarkov, it'll prioritize the traders over the market. Why this game doesn't do this is insane, because there's so many useless ass contacts in this game that could be useful with this system in place. Another change that I think could happen to the contacts, to Deke specifically, is his limited items. He does give you garbage, I think way too much. I think these limited trades need to be useful, or there's like, no one's buying this fucking sentry. No one's buying this ammo for sure. No one's buying this gas mask. The stims here are pretty nice. Make his trades useful. And that's not me saying give me a farm guest room key every single time. I'm just saying give me better shit. All right, guys. Now for number 6, market inflation. I think the brunt of the market inflation came from season 3 at launch. I think the main thing people complain about is probably ammo, some of the armors as well. A lot of the armor, maybe like tier 6, tier 5 armors are definitely overpriced, especially tier 6 when it comes to performance. And a lot of the pricing is based off time of day. Like for me, if I play in the middle of the night, like 2, 3 a.m., a lot of the stuff does go down in price. There is ways to get these items if you know the refresh times when the bot adds the items. Like a very popular one is 995, is getting the ammo off reset and then selling it back. That's a money making method if you didn't know. I don't know the time, so don't ask me. All right, guys, for number 7, we're talking about armor, and that being more armor options and even the removal of certain armors and rigs and backpacks. When it comes to removing items, I think certain backpacks could be removed. Like most of these bags don't get used. Like the lightweight, the medium is kind of popular for like the little rat players who just wear the little bag. Like the simple, the canvas don't get used. I think the outdoor bag could be removed because the rush is just significantly better in every situation. The large camping bag could be removed. Everyone hates the XA4. Why is this even in the game? No one uses the med bag. Like even if you say you use these bags, you're lying to yourself. You don't use them. The canvas and the sports bag are literally the exact same size, but the way this bag is set up is just different. Like remove that shit. Like you could remove so much shit out here and just like reduce the clutter of random ass bags in the game. No one uses these rigs up here. Like you just don't. If you say you do, like I said, you're lying. The only rigs people use is the wrap, the 926, and the multi-purpose, and then maybe sometimes the 926 premium. If you use anything else, you're lying. And when it comes to additional armor that I think they should add to the game, is mostly going to come down to the helmets. And when I say the helmets, I mostly mean tier 5, because if you didn't know, the only tier 5 helmet that has a tier 5 mask is the SH Matska 2 helmet. And this helmet is honestly good on paper, but horrible just in use, because the severe sound blocking that it gives you while you're using it is severe. It even feels more severe than it probably is. It almost feels like a bug how bad it is. I think they should add another tier 5 helmet that can wear a tier 5 mask that doesn't give severe sound blocking. And I'm more saying that so that there's more usable helmets for like end game, because currently the only tier 5 helmet that I think most people probably use is going to be the 03 or the AN95 with the mask. But like I said, tier 4 mask, tier 4 mask. All right, guys, and for number 8 of my list of ideas, we're going to storage crates and other character slots. So let's start with the storage crates. So similar to Tarkov with the med box, the ammo box, the weapon case, the armor cases, like that kind of thing, the junk box, the scav junk box in Tarkov, those kind of crates that you can put into your storage, because this game has a severe storage problem. And obviously these storage crates are in the mobile version. If you didn't know, the mobile version has these things, ladies and gentlemen. I'll put some screenshots on the screen of what they look like, but it's just a container that goes into your storage that you can put the stuff in to keep it more organized and just to have more space in general. All right, guys, now let's talk about the character slot. And when I say this, I'm talking about similar to like the pocket. I'm thinking they should add something for stims. So you have like a stim case, kind of like a keychain almost, for just stims. So I could come over here to the left, throw in like a couple stims like this. It'd be like, maybe it'd be like a 4-slotter. You can only have 4 stims. You can even be similar to the pocket like this. We just have a bunch of stims and it's right here, but this would be lootable. All right, guys, we're getting towards the end of the list. Number 9, trophy room / hideout add-ons. So the trophy room was added in season 3, and it gave you the display case, which we already had, the weapon wall we already had. We had 1 tack dummy. You can now have 3 of them. I just don't bother. The dog tag shelf. You have the badge shelf, the living area, the intelligence center, and the workbench. I'm thinking they need to add, similar to Tarkov as well, we're going to Tarkov a lot, the little mini game that you can do where you can up your strength. I'm not saying to do that, but similar to the living area, how it reduces all this, I don't know, like a little gym off to the side, I don't know, over here or something, where you can up your strength. 75, I think, is the cap before you go red. Maybe if you max it out, your cap can be increased to like 85. But maybe even let me walk over to this dartboard over here and play darts on it. Let me walk over to this water cooler and drink some water. I'm thinking, let me walk around here, kind of like Tarkov again, where you can walk around the hideout. Let me walk around here and interact with all this shit. This back door back here, open that shit up, boom, the shooting range is back there. Now you have the shooting range in your hideout. All right, guys, number 10, this is the fire round. A lot of these ideas actually came from my friends. So if you don't like them, go blame them. I didn't come up with some of these. One of the first ones, this is going to be extremely controversial. I already know I'm going to get some bitching about this one, is sliding. And I know you're going to compare it to Call of Duty, but guess what? This is not Call of Duty. It would not be like that. When you slide, it can eat a ton of your stamina. I don't know how they would do it, but you're not going to be slide canceling and fucking dolphin diving around the map. Another Tarkov thing, leaning while prone. I'm surprised that's not even in the game. This is a very big one, and honestly probably should have been one of the main points, but fixing the desync / netcode. This game's netcode is, it fucking starts burning up at times, and the desync can be horrendous. Grenade limits, they definitely need to limit nades. Nade spam is atrocious. They've talked about it in the past, how they don't want to limit nades because it can give up like tactical advantages, or maybe like, I don't know, they fucking said some bullshit. Basically maybe 3 lethals and 3 non-lethal, so you can only carry 6. Another one I think this could be interesting is in-raid puzzles for big loot. So maybe you find like a map and you can like hunt down the path that takes you to something else, and maybe it takes you to like a box that has like a pin code in it, and then you take that to somewhere else, and then I don't know, just a nice little interactive puzzle within it. Add a little more interactive stuff in raid. Could be fun. All right, guys, that was my 10 ideas that I think the game should add to make it even better. A lot of these probably will never happen. A lot of you guys are probably going to disagree. If you do disagree with any of these, let me know in the comments down below, and also let me know of your ideas. I would love to know your ideas for things they should add to the game, or maybe they should nerf, or whatever it may be. Let me know down below. Anyway, guys, I appreciate you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.